Hey there, card folk. Speedrobo here, and I have another Zatch the Card Battle spellbook profile for y'all. I got a request to do a coin flip based spellbook, and I've kind of been sitting on this really spicy concept for one for years, and I'm really excited to show it off, so let's get started. So, your opening play is just almost always going to want to be Maroon. If you're not opening with Maroos, yeah, probably should. Shutting down your opponent's Momoto card effects is the best way to not instantly lose the game to assholes like this. So you've got Fane here. On your next page, you put in Fane. If your opponent doesn't open Maroos, you just play Fane and basically win the game unless your opponent has a Professor also ready to go at the same time. I mean, like, yeah, this is just such an easy way to instantly just basically take your opponent out of the entire game. So you always want to run Fane, just like you always want to run Maroos, because Maroos is the defense to Fane, and if your opponent doesn't play the defense to it, you just kill your opponent with Fane. Then we have Kiddo. Kiddo is sort of the main Momoto of the book, and his ability is that the MP cost of all of your opponent's 0 MP cost event cards is increased by 2. This is an in-play continuous ability, so basically it makes your opponent actually have to pay for their Professor Ds, and that's super important. Yeah, overall, I feel like this is the best pick for a Kiddo Momoto card, though there are a few others you could use, and they would work. I just feel like, in general, this is the best overall ability. And moving right along, we've got Professor D on the next page. Like I always say, if you don't have 4 Professor Ds, you can't really play Zatch Bell. Professor D is that important of an event. Attack, defense, 0 cost. Choose one of your opponent's Momoto cards. That Momoto can't have spells played for it, and it can't use its abilities till the end of your opponent's next end. Like, absolutely brutal. You've got to, you have to run 4 of this. You just have to. And then we've got Dr. Riddles. We've got the super rare Dr. Riddles from Gathering Storm. Send this card to the discard pile and negate the event card your opponent just played. Again, really good way to get around your opponent's Professor D's, and there's a ton of other nasty events, even in this spellbook and other spellbooks, that can really mess you up. So Dr. Riddles is a great defense to that. Moving right along, now we start getting into why this is a coin flip book. We run Consummate. If you do any coin flipping, you want to run Consummate. Declare to use, redo your coin toss, can only apply this effect once per turn. You don't really cast spells for this guy. There are a few spells that we do run for him. I think, come to think of it, I think we only run 1 spell for Consummate in the book. But he's just here to make sure your coin tosses go off. That's his function. And then we've got another Professor D, because why wouldn't we? So we have another Kiddo. So this Kiddo's a backup in case we run into, a burn type spell book where it's just going to be either knocking out our first page, not letting us play our Kiddo, or just killing our Kiddo outright with some damage to it. We've got a backup Kiddo here, just in case. And now here's the star of the spell book. It is a spell card, which is honestly really rare to see. Most of the time, spell cards are just kind of bad because they require so much to do. Like, you have to have a specific Momoto in play, you have to, go through the whole defense step, and they're usually overcosted. So, like, in general, spells are bad. Kobarook is not one of those. Kobarook is absolutely insane. So here we go. Flip a coin for each of your opponent's in-play Momoto cards. If it's heads, your opponent can neither play spell cards for the Momoto card, nor use the effects of the Momoto card. Period. This spell cannot be defended. Yeah, you just permanently Professor D your opponent's entire board with Kobarook. Your opponent just can't play the game, and they can't defend the spell card. So unless they have an event or a Momoto or a partner that can stop you from playing a spell, Consummate over here basically ensures that your opponent's entire board is going to be permanently professored. That is insane. You just don't let your opponent play the game with this. It's absolutely madness. So yeah, Kobarook, absolutely the ace of the book. We run 4 of it, not a surprise. Next, we've got Professor D and another Kobarook. Let's see. This Kobarook is EX044. Where did I get this? I don't remember where this comes from. I think this might... I genuinely don't remember where this comes from. I think this might come from set 4? It sounds right. I think this comes from set 4. Oh, and Professor D comes from set 1, so it's actually still fairly easy to get Professor D's because he's a super rare out of set 1, and set 1 is easily the easiest. It's gotten multiple reprintings. Professor D shouldn't be too hard to get. Kobarook's going to be a bit of a pain to get. Next, we've got another Consummate. Again, if your Consummate dies, you want to have another Consummate. Consummate is here to go. Now, Cane of Freedom is a really fun event. I like it. It's a good anti-control tool. You just pay 2, and you get a look at your opponent's entire spellbook. Then, select a card that prohibits you from using Mamoto card effects, playing spell cards, performing a sacrifice using a Mamoto card to protect your spellbook from damage sent to the discard pile. So it's basically Fang, but for control options. Like, that's not bad at all. I do like King of Freedom. There's other things you could run in this slot if you feel like, but while I was building this book, I was really feeling King of Freedom. So, you know, I was feeling it. Next, we got Parco Fagore. He just turns one of your coin tosses to heads. Great card. No objections on this partner. Good guy to have around. Then we've got Let's Get Out of Here. Let's Get Out of Here is absolutely a staple defense spell. Another card that you just always want to have 4. Play it for any Mamoto. Flip 2 coins. If a single one of them is heads, you just negate the attack. Really solid. If you go up against Zatch spam, this is the card to have around. We got another Kobarook and another Let's Get Out of Here. Nothing wrong with that page. Just solid lineup right there. This Must Be Love. So This Must Be Love is like Yellowtail, but for coin toss books. Flip a coin until you get tails. Get the number of MP as the number of heads you got during the flips times 2. If you get 5 or more heads during your flips, turn a page of your spellbook. Yeah, you're not going to get 5 heads. My fridge is running, so there's going to be some annoying background noise. I don't feel like doing a second take, so I'm going to roll with it. Yeah, just good MP gain event, and we're gonna need the MP coming up pretty soon. Just giving you the heads up. So Kobarook, this is the one Consummate spell we actually run. This is a rare from Dawn of the Ancients, I think. Yeah, I think this is a rare from Dawn of the Ancients. Gotta be Dawn of the Ancients. Yeah, Dawn of the Ancients. I'm willing to call that there. So Kobarook. Pay 1, attack, flip a coin, if heads, damage your opponent's spellbook. This spell card cannot be defended. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like dealing burn damage for basically nothing. Now, the reason why... So, like, crazy good spell, right? Just 1 damage, just boom, like that. Why do we only run 1 of it? Well, it's because we're going to keep using this card pretty much forever, and we'll show you why in a little bit. We'll get to that. Next page. We actually immediately get to it. Suzy's Lucky Fruit. Flip a coin twice. Turn back pages of your spellbook equal to the number of heads you flipped, and turn forward equal to a number of tails you flipped. So, Consummate plus Parco Fagore basically means for 0 cost, we're turning back 2 pages of our spellbook, which puts us right here on our solid spell page. So you can cast spells as much as you want per turn, but only 1 event, right? So you want to land on a spell page. And then next, MP generation, Kobarook. And then we can just do it again next turn. Also, a Let's Get Out of Here, just in case. Next, Kobarook, Let's Get Out of Here. Nothing wrong with this page setup. Now, this is where things get super duper 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 spicy. Because we have Kyo's Summer Vacation. You can play up to 3 event cards, including this card, during this turn. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder what we're going to do with that. how about Suzy's Lucky Fruit? Turn back 2 pages. Oh, how about Suzy's Lucky Fruit? Let's just turn back 2 pages. Oh, we're here again. That's interesting. Wowee. And then we just do it all again. And then we just do it again. And then we just do it all again. And that is insanity. And I love it. So, basically, I'm showing you all of the tricks to abuse coin tosses that I could think of in one spellbook here. Is this, like, the best possible spellbook? No, I wouldn't say so. This is more of to give you ideas on how to build your own coin toss spellbook the way you want to. So it's showing off basically all of the coolest combos I could think of to do with coin tosses. Next, another This Must Be Love. Parco Fagore, just take away 3 of your opponent's MP. It's good. Take away 3 of your opponent's MP, and you can play any event card from any pocket of your spellbook with Dr. Riddles. Gee whiz, I wonder what we're going to play. Probably Suzy's Lucky Fruit. Oh, that's cool. Let's just turn back 2 pages. Oh, we're here again. Hit them with Kyo's Summer Vacation, Suzy's Lucky Fruit. Turn back 2 pages, and now we're here. That's neat. And next we've got Ready. So this is where like, if we're on the last pages, we basically go for our final turn gambit. And what we're going to be doing for that is we're going to actually try to wipe the opponent's board. I'm serious. We can do that with coin tosses. Because we're going to hit them with Ready. And Ready is flip a coin. If it's heads, the next spell card you play in the same turn cannot be defended. This spell card cannot be defended. Oh, that's interesting. What spell's this? Damage your opponent's spellbook when you win the battle as the attacker. Well, we're going to. Flip a coin for each of your opponent's in-play Momoto cards. If it is heads, injure the opponent's Momoto card. Hey, that's pretty good. I wonder what the spell on our last page is going to be. Oh, it's another Gigano Zagar. That's a board wipe. And that is my coin toss book. Like I said, it's probably not the best possible version, but it should give you a pretty good idea of what kind of cool things you can do with coin tosses. Manipulating your own coin tosses gives you access to a lot of really, really crazy powerful abilities, and a lot of really, really interesting and fun combos to manipulate your own spellbook, your opponent's spellbook, blow up your opponent's field. Basically, whatever you feel like doing, whatever flavor you feel like taking this in, you can do that, and just have a bunch of fun. So, I've been Speedrobo. If you have any other questions about the Zatch Bell game, drop them down in the comments below. Whatever spellbook you want to see next, let me know, and I will see you next time.